Hello, my name is Dr. John Cruz. I am currently the Superintendent of Fowler Unified School District, where I have served for 15 years. My wife Pat and I have been married for 40 years, and we have one daughter, two sons, and two granddaughters. This is my story. I was born in Brooklyn, New York on March 9, 1946, to Carlos and Basilia Cruz. I was one of five in a family of 3 boys and 2 girls. I lived in New York until the age of 7. It was then that my father decided to move the family to California because he did not want to raise his children in a big city. We settled in Wilmington, California, which is in Los Angeles County. I grew up in a nice community with a lot of friends. School was always very important to me. In 1963, I graduated from Banning High School in Wilmington, California. One of the earliest challenges I had to overcome as a child was asthma. I suffered from severe asthma until I was out of junior high school. My asthma was so severe that I was unable to participate in some sports or any type of outdoor activities. My mother had to take me to a clinic weekly to receive shots to control my sickness. It was so bad at times that I remember my dad sitting by my bed to make sure that I was still breathing throughout the night. As I look back on my early years, I would have to say that one of my defining moments was my dad's emphasis on education. My dad worked at a chrome plating facility in Long Beach, and every night he would return home covered from head to toe with dust and dirt. The skin on his hands would be cracked because of the chemicals he had to use at the plant. He would often say to me that he wanted me to get a college education so that I wouldn't come home looking like him. He would show me his hands to show the difficulty of manual labor and say to me that he wanted a better life for me. I would tell him about the colleges I wanted to attend, and he would always encourage me with the following words: "If that is where you want to go to school, my son, that is where you will go." He wanted me to be around educated people and do the things that educated people do. My dad inspired me to get a quality education, and my mom taught me about the importance of having a spiritual foundation in my life. After graduating from high school, I attended Los Angeles Harbor Junior College for 2 years. After 2 years, I transferred to San Jose State University. In 1967, I graduated from San Jose State University with my bachelor's degree in political science. I began graduate school at Long Beach State in 1967 and also worked as a recreation supervisor. It was this experience as a recreation supervisor that motivated me to become a teacher after my military commitment. In 1968, I entered the military for a 3-year commitment. 1 year was spent in the Republic of Vietnam during the Vietnam conflict as a forward observer for an infantry unit. This experience helped define me more as a person and as a leader. During my year in Vietnam, I worked with a number of officers who commanded infantry units. They had a tremendous impact on my leadership style. I learned leadership up close and personal in combat situations, from leaders who were under tremendous pressure to get results and also save lives. Some of the lessons I learned can be summarized as follows. Number 1, you have to earn respect. It doesn't come with a title or a position. Number 2, do not ask people to do something you wouldn't do yourself. Number 3, having a focus and a clear mission helps build commitment. Number 4, be a good listener and try to consider different options. And number 5, when you have to confront people, always leave them with their dignity and respect. After my military experience, I earned a teaching credential at San Jose State College and started my teaching career at Lemoore Elementary School District. I always knew I wanted to further my education, so I attended Chapman College to obtain my master's degree in curriculum and instruction because I knew it would help me become a better classroom teacher. I also knew that if I furthered my education, I would have more options in life. I went on to earn my doctorate in educational leadership and became a principal, an assistant superintendent, and finally the superintendent of Fowler Unified School District. One of the biggest challenges I face as superintendent is providing our students with a quality education that will prepare them to someday be productive people. I also want to provide our students with learning experiences that will make them good people. As I've always said, I want our students to be good as well as smart. My advice to the next generation is to establish a good work ethic, become a lifelong learner, and be a person of character. Good work habits are the foundation of any lifelong pursuit. A person focused on learning as a lifetime commitment will never be happy with what is, but is focused on what he or she can become. And sound character will impact you and those around you for the rest of your life. We now live in a very different and competitive time. You have to be able to set yourself apart from the rest by getting a quality education. Set a goal for yourself. Develop a plan and work toward it. There will be challenging times along the way. Strive to overcome them. Everyone has them. Do not let anyone or anything discourage you. My hope for all my students is that someday they will be able to look back at what they have achieved in life and feel good about it.